I'm gonna shake things up.
A cycle of anger isn't healthy.
I'll be healthy again, as soon as I make a couple of cheaters pay for blowing up my life.
There were a number of times when you or a member of your family needed a favor. This is a situation where you owe me one. Have a nice rest of your day.
It sounds like someone deliberately tried to hurt you.
Sounds like attempted murder.
Can't imagine how terrified you must have been.
I found out who did this.
I love you, Derek.
For one night, let me remind you who you still are.
I fell in love with an inconvenient man.
Now you have to deal with the inconvenient consequences. You see how that works?
You couldn't possibly hurt me more than you already have.
Don't try me.
We've got a problem. Protecting the family is our priority.
Agreed.
The Beyond the Gate Spoilers weekly update for January 19th to 23rd features Jacob going undercover. Vanessa hits a bump in the road when she's accosted. Hayley feels cornered. Who or what makes her feel that way? Key takeaways. Jacob takes a risk. An undercover mission puts him on a collision course with powerful players. Tensions rise for Vanessa. A troubling encounter creates unexpected obstacles and raises questions. Pressure mounts on Hayley. Feeling boxed in, she faces a moment that could change everything. Weekly recap. January 12th to 16th, 2026. Monday, January 12th. Episode number 207. The Dupree sisters got their test results. Nicole's BRCA gene test came back negative, while Danny's was positive, which is why Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, comforted Danny, Karla Mosley, while feeling a whole lot of guilt. Once Bill, Time and Kyle Duet, heard the news, he raced over to Danny's place to comfort her. Andre, Sean Freeman, eventually had to draw a line in the sand and let Bill know that comforting Danny was his job now, as Danny's husband. Naomi, Ariel Prepetty, turned to Ashley, Jen Jacob, for help scheduling her and Chelsea's BRCA gene tests. Ted, Keith D. Robinson, and Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, had a long overdue chat, during which Ted admitted to his friend that he was moving on from Nicole. While it still hurt to see his business partner and his longtime friend with his ex-wife, he knew that Carlton was good for Nicole. Tuesday, January 13th, episode number 208. Anita, Tamara Tunie, returned home from chemo and immediately discovered that Vernon, Clifton Davis, had lied to her. Their daughters had learned the results of their BRCA gene tests. Nicole was negative, and Danny was positive. Anita couldn't wait. She headed straight over to Danny's, where she comforted and consoled her daughter. She also apologized for passing on the gene. Danny knew she had nothing to apologize for. The Duprees rallied around Danny while Nicole spiraled. Uncharacteristically, she got drunk, and Carlton took care of her. Meanwhile, Jacob, Jaiba Horges, and Elon, Malachi Malik, had a heart-to-heart, during which Jacob opened up to his father about what was going on with Naomi's family. Naomi played matchmaker of sorts after Ashley accepted a date with lab tech Grayson Perez. Jordi Villasuso made his debut. Thanks to Naomi, coffee became a double date at Uptown. Although Ashley and Grayson flirted over a drink, they then left to go back to her place. Wednesday, January 14th, episode number 209. After he threatened Leslie, Trisha Mangrant, Joey, John Lindstrom, consulted with Bill on a legal matter, the free clinic he planned on funding with Ms. Thomas. Meanwhile, Hayley, Mokita Goings, continued to enact her deadly plan. She added some of that toxic concoction to herbal tea and encouraged Bill to drink it. Speaking of toxic and deadly, Leslie and Marcel, Daryl W. Handy, had some fun in her hotel room. It involved her playing around with his gun before they got down to business. Vanessa, Lauren Bulioli, helped Nicole nurse her hangover while Pamela, Katie McLean, showed up for her bestie at the country club. She supported Danny, who told her about her mom and her own positive BRCA gene test results. Thursday, January 15th, episode number 210. Danny visited Bill at his office to thank him for his support for her and their daughters. Hayley expressed her displeasure at Danny hugging her husband, and a minor clash ensued. Ted revealed the details of the crisis the Duprees were experiencing to Eva, Amber Michelle. He suggested that maybe this could be a good way for her to offer support to Kat, Colby Mohammed, but he also knew how Kat treated her. Eva tried, and Kat basically told her where to go. Meanwhile, Kat and Samantha, Nudger Jackson, showed up at their grandmother's to support her, and Anita overdid it. She reached her limit. Jessica, Cameron Jade, had a proposition for Tyrell, Jaden Lucas Miller. If she had to be part of this whole cotillion business, she wanted him to be her escort. Ashley updated Naomi and Shanice, Ernestine Johnson, about her date with Grayson. It went well after she left uptown. Friday, January 16th, episode number 211. Chelsea had major news to share with her family. She got her test results back. She was not a carrier of the BRCA gene. Naomi decided she wanted to focus on Chelsea's good news rather than find out hers. She felt pressured by Jacob. And when she finally checked her results, she said there was nothing to worry about, but she gave off a weird vibe. She may have lied after Eva's clash with Kat. Isaiah, David Lamy Freeb, comforted Eva. Things heated up between Ted and Shanice in his hospital office. But they put a stop to it. Ted felt he wanted to make this special, so he asked her out to dinner. As for Derek, Ben Gavin, he spotted Ashley flirting with Grayson and didn't like what he saw. He called up Ashley's mom and met her out. He broke the news that Ashley was already seeing someone, which didn't make her happy. Jan, Jerry Tubbs, rushed over to the hospital, where she confronted Ashley about why she hadn't told her she was seeing someone. Weekly breakdown. January 19th to 23rd, 2026. Monday, January 19th. Beyond the Gates. Inside Fairmont Crest. Special episode that pulls back the curtain on Beyond the Gates with commentary from the actors as they relive their storylines, including all of Season 1's explosive affairs, shocking cons, and family secrets. Tuesday, January 20th. Episode number 212. The Hamiltons have an awkward celebration. Joey puts Leslie in her place. Vanessa shocks Nicole with some scandalous info. Chelsea's new lease on life causes friction with Madison, Kenja. Wednesday, January 21st. Episode number 213. Kat and Ted argue over Eva. Naomi hides her new normal from her entire family. Vanessa propositions kill Greg Vaughn. Jacob clashes with Marcel and Elon. Smitty, Mike Manning, and Martin, Brandon Claiborne, are surprised by Tyrell's latest stance on a family tradition. Thursday, January 22nd, episode number 214. Danny opens up to Bill and then makes a surprising move. Haley feels cornered. Vanessa is accosted. Joey gives Elon some much-needed intel. Two couples take the next step in their relationships by the end of the night. Friday, January 23rd. Episode number 215. Anita leans on Sharon, Bonita Brisker. Bill buys Thomas, Alex Alegria, silence. Leslie confronts Shanice over Ted. Danny and Pamela, Katie McLean, set their sights on Isaiah. Ashley calls Derek out on his sabotage. Jacob begins his undercover mission. The residents of Kingsworth are bracing for impact as the week of January 19th promises seismic shifts in every corner of the elite town. Secrets, long buried in the manicured lawns and behind the gilded doors of the gates, are erupting with violent force, leaving alliances shattered and futures hanging by a thread. This is not a week of slow burns, it's a full-scale confrontation. Vanessa's web of lies unravels, a public confrontation. Vanessa Sterling, the queen of Kingsworth's social scene, has always operated with the confidence that her wealth and influence could shield her from any consequence. This week, that shield shatters in the most humiliating way possible. The carefully constructed narrative around her husband Robert's sudden business trip collapses during the annual Kingsworth Winter Gala, the very event she chairs. The confrontation doesn't come from a shadowy enemy, but from an unexpected and devastating source, her own sister, Celeste. Having quietly gathered evidence of Vanessa's role in covering up Robert's financial crimes, and, more shockingly, her covert